All right. Well, good morning. I think we'll begin. Thank you for joining us today. I am Lee Jackson. I am the Senior Program Officer here at the National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine on the Board of Health Sciences Policy. On behalf of the National Academies, I welcome you to the second public information gathering session for the committee to assess the available scientific data regarding the safety and effectiveness of ingredients used in compounded topical pain creams. It's a mouthful. The Academies has convened an esteemed committee of experts to undertake this very important research study. And over the next year, they will examine the evidence related to the use, safety, and effectiveness of ingredients used in these compounded products. The committee's charge is described in more detail in the statement of tasks that's been handed out, as well as posted online on our Academy's webpage. I think we're in store for a full day of exciting and thought-provoking conversations about these issues. So thank you again for joining us in person and online. And at this time, I'll turn things over to the chair of the committee, Deb SCHWINN.
Thank you, Lee. On behalf of the committee, I'd like to welcome everyone to this event today. As chair, and on behalf of other committee members, I'd like to thank our sponsor, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, for their support of this important study. I'd also like to thank our guest speakers and the individuals of the public who've joined us in person or online for today's event. Let me begin by giving a brief overview of our meeting's format. We're fortunate enough today to have 14 different speakers agree to join us to share evidence and their expert opinion on topics related to the use, safety, and effectiveness of compounded pain creams and topical products. Today's workshop specifically will cover the following topics: current treatments for pain management, federal and state regulations for compounding, background on absorption of topical products, and patient, provider, pharmacist, and compounders' perspectives on the use of topical pain products. After each panel, there'll be a short question and answers period for the committee, and we've also designated time on the agenda for public comment. Now, having said that, I would like to remind everyone that this is an open and on-the-record session. However, it is not a news conference, and we will not be able to field all questions from the public or press. If individuals on the webcast have a question for the committee, please, or even the invited speakers, please send your questions to the study's email address, which is paincreams@nas.edu. We'll do our best to address as many questions as possible as our limited time allows us. If there are any reporters present who would like to speak with members of the committee, they are kindly asked to speak with the senior staff during breaks. I would also like to remind everyone that this is an information gathering session. That is, the committee is in the process of assembling materials that we will examine and discuss in the course of making our findings, conclusions, and recommendations. Therefore, I ask everyone here today to be extremely mindful of the fact that the committee has made no conclusions to date. Comments made by individuals, including those from our committee, should not be interpreted as positions of the committee or of the academies. In addition, committee members typically ask probing questions in these information gathering sessions, which may not be indicative of their personal views at all. The committee will deliberate thoroughly before writing our draft report. Moreover, once the draft report is written, it goes through a rigorous review by experts who are anonymous to our committee. And the committee must then respond to this review with appropriate revisions that adequately satisfy the Academy's Report Review Committee and the National Academy of Science President before it is considered an official Academy's report. So with that information, I would now like to introduce our first speaker of the morning, Dr. Daniel Carr.